What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm not here on my own. I'm joined with my good old chum, LonghurstLive here. We're going to run through everything from Sorare NBA, and also we're going to touch on the Sorare football stuff. But before we get into that all, Sam, how are you doing?
I'm surprised I made it back for the second time around. Doing good. My lineup in the NBA has projected rewards, so actually doing quite good.
Projected rewards are what we love to see. That's the
I'm
best
not going to
thing.
get it though. I'm not going to get one.
You never
guarantee
know.
it.
But anyway, we'll jump into it. Let me throw it up so we can get it on here. I don't know why I've got Kevin Knox. We're just randomly looking at Kevin Knox as we're recording this for reference and clarity. There's 20 minutes left until the trade deadline kicks through. So there's half my gallery has been traded. So we're just trying to reassess as we go here. But in the slate that's coming up for this week on the NBA side of things, actually, as we're on it now, we'll touch through onto my game week 32 side. My rare contender has been a complete and utter flop. Is the only way I can say. Aaron Gordon did really well, but apart from that, I'm projecting rewards in all the other ones. This will probably change tonight because Markel Fultz won't improve, but you can't complain on 3 rewards coming through here and a cheeky tier 1 on the common side. What's the one that you've got a reward in?
So I've got a limited contender. I'm on 163 points at the moment.
I might be able to see your one.
1,500. Yeah, 1,590th. Garrison Matthews
you had some good one. Herb Jones.
I don't know how they've got such high scores, but you know.
Yeah, Garrison Matthews getting a no game and you're on course for a tier 4. You've actually done really well there. But
yeah, I'm not sure I'll get a reward. Sorry, I'm not sure I'll get one.
No.
But
you haven't really, you don't really play too much on the NBA side, to be fair.
No, I literally didn't even play. I put my lineups in, and yesterday I went on to have a look, and I just had a limited, just sat there waiting to be opened. So I got, I got Ron Harper Jr. from the Raptors, he's got a cool haircut. That's all I know about him.
That's probably the best thing that he's got. I'd say that's probably his most beneficial.
Oh, but he's a rookie card. So when he becomes when he breaks the NBA all-time points that LeBron James has just set, he'll be worth loads.
You're holding on to some strong expectations, but rookie cards are always a good hold anyway. Yeah, I think the majority you're the same sort of as me anyway. When you get these cards that are pretty much worthless, there's no point. There's no point selling them. In any case, let's mix it up. Let's start on the football side of things.
Oh, go on.
I know you can also share your screen. I don't know if you've got that set up just yet on
Let me
we're doing right now.
Share my screen.
As you're doing that for the time being, I'll quickly run you through what happened to me in the last one. Is it going to show this? Yes, it will. So I had a couple of decent little outputs, but no scores, no major ones in terms of the limited cards. They bounced back from the initial dip that they had on their rewards, but from me it was no big rewards. Sad due to the stream. Here's Longest. You're now driving. So let's have a look at what you've done.
If you want to check out the full in detailed report of my week, you can check out my YouTube, LonghurstLive. I'm not going to not plug myself here. More detail, but we won a reward, so we'll take it. A tier 2 of a Premier League West Ham stack is unheard of around these parts. Paqueta got a 116 with a nice goal versus Newcastle. Aguero done well. Should have got better. He had a last man tackle. I don't know if you saw it, George. He had a last man tackle. Last man tackle, not by definition, but everyone in the world says it's a last man tackle for Opta. And if he had given me extra points, I would have got a tier 1, if not almost podium. I'm not going to lie. Very close to very high scores. But we'll take it. All-Star Limited didn't get a rewards because the incident in Turkey and Syria, the games were cancelled, unfortunately. I say unfortunately. I explain on my channel. I do explain my sympathies to the country, but it's a sorry time there. And commons, I don't really care about them, to be honest with you. Commons, I'm on.
Well, they're a bit irrelevant now, aren't they, in terms on the football side because of everything?
Yeah, the draft is kind of good fun, but I'm not ever going to win rewards. I've picked teams that I think are good, and you're finishing in the tens of thousands. It's a bit I could really put research into it, but I don't really care enough because I had limiteds. So pretty much my fault is get a good goalkeeper that's common, stick him in the Premier League Pro, and see what happens there. But if we go down lower, we've got our first ever super rare card. My first ever purchase of super rare, Emerson from West Ham. We've gone a bit big on the Premier League launch. Paqueta and Scamacca rares as well. So if I get Fabianski in goal, I'm going to win some decent rewards here.
A Fabianski in goals surely got to be. If I change it, will this make?
He's not even that expensive. He's not
Are they
that
not?
expensive. No, because he's quite old. He's about 0.2, 0.23 Ethereum, which is quite a lot, to be fair. He's got about 17 games left to maybe... What I want to do is get him 17 games, he plays, and we get rewards worth his money, and then he can't pay for himself.
That's still quite nuts that you've only had 3 people out of 5 play, and you've 130 seconds.
Yeah.
What's the reward threshold on that?
Prize 15.
Top 15. Okay, so it's quite hard though.
But let's have a look at 15 quickly. I know we're going on a bit of a tangent here, but 15 is 328. We got 202. So you're talking 260s. So say a keeper gets a clean sheet and Skamaka gets a decisive, or even if Emerson gets decisive, because he's captain, his bonus is so high. You're talking 3 decisives in the team, and you've almost got a reward. So if West Ham win a game and I have West Ham stack, say we win 2-0.
If West Ham win a game, it's a shame you're not going to get that.
Say West Ham win 2-0 and Paqueta assists Skamaka, and we get a clean sheet, and Fabianski and Emerson get clean sheet bonuses, I get a reward. Unless every single team that people have wins, I pretty much get a reward. We obviously need Antwerp with Richard Delat to do well, but he tends to be a good scorer when he does play. But yeah, that's my football one done.
That's your football one. Whilst you're driving, take us on to see what you've got set up for this week, and then also your stacked NBA gallery.
So my stack. Let's go on my upcoming for Premier League. It's pretty much the same. I have had to change it a little bit though. Ignore the commons. We don't care about that. Kickoff super rares is exactly the same until I get a Fabianski, and I have put some offers in at the moment for one. Cap 240 limited is a throwaway. If I get a fiver from it, I win a fiver. Most of these players should play. All-Star limited is my main team. My defender from Turkey obviously can't play, so Emerson goes in there, hoping for a West Ham clean sheet. This is a good lineup apart from Emerson, but it could be really, really good. And Premier League Pro, Hugo Lloris is injured, so Jose Sarr comes in. They play Southampton away from home. Hopefully a clean sheet
this week.
Yeah, and my West Ham stat. But see what I mean about the common goalkeeper? I don't really care about my commons apart from the keeper. Jose Sarr has pretty much one of the best fixtures, so I've gone for him and a nice Premier League stat. Benrahma, Antonio. When we beat Chelsea 3-0 and Benrahma gets 3 assists and Antonio gets a hat trick, then
it is the early kickoff, to be fair. So the underdogs are always
right for never back the early kickoff unless you're an underdog.
Never back the early kickoff.
I mean, I've backed the early kickoff, so it's going to go wrong. But let's go on to my NBA, so we've got too much on me. But my upcoming team, haven't registered it yet, but I could probably just close my eyes, click. Oh no, I'm 7 points too high. Normally just take him out. Who do I take out? Daniels, Martin, or
Caleb Martin's actually projecting really well this week. So I'd keep Caleb Martin's a good one, and Herb Jones would be a good one. Buddy Hill's a good one. I'd probably take out Jaden McDaniels on the basis of Willie Hurd and Gomez.
He's got one game,
so I'd take him out. Yeah,
one game. AJ Green.
Thing is, at the moment, AJ Green might have been traded as we're talking about. This is the issue, because right now there's another 15 minutes until the deadline.
But would he be would he start if he was to get traded?
He won't start.
He wouldn't start.
None of your stacked roster here are going to be started. To be honest, you can get how much cap space if you get rid of Ron Harper Jr. right now. And you play those 4. How much cap have you got?
15.
You could go and pick up a bowl quite cheaply. I know he's a guy that's under 15, or maybe Gabe Vincent, but. Yeah, I mean, as an actual lineup, the 4 other guys you've got there are actually quite good, and that's not even me tooting it. They're actually
it's just the one piece.
Your last guy
is
terrible. You just need to get someone that's under 15.
There's a big skill gap in this last slot. Big skill gap.
Yeah, that's where the money is always in on Sorare NBA in terms of it's always your last guy, which will be the big one.
Yeah.
Let me just pull up Sorare data whilst we're having a quick look.
What about just sticking them all in a limited no cap and just competing with the
limited no cap? You'll have absolutely no chance. That's where everyone throws all their 40-point guys in.
Let's have a look at the live limited. Oh, I can't see the live limited no cap, can I? Oh, I can.
Yeah, you can be able to.
I didn't actually come out last week.
Limited no cap? Was there not? Oh, it was limited veterans last week is what it would have been most likely.
The previous limited no cap. So the last one they done, first place, 338 points. Giannis, Jokic. I'm going to... Gilgeous Alexander? Is that how you say his name?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA.
Yeah, Anthony Davis and Murray. Yeah, so it's going to be a very expensive lineup.
Yeah, you're not going to get
never going to compete with that, are you? Everyone has Giannis. Everyone.
if I'm going to do it, let me drive a sec. So these are the guys. So you have 15 left. So these are the guys on Sorare data for a maximum of 15 of what they're predicting. Grant Williams is an unbelievable one, and you'll never guess what I did with Grant Williams recently. I only went and sold him this game week. If I even go on to, look, this is a perfect explanation of why you should never ever get rid of like your low guys if you're trying to free up ETH. As you can see, my little green dot indicates where I've sold him, and as you can see, as he's just trended upwards because Jaylen Brown's come out with I think he's got like a cheek contusion or something like that. He's trended up. It's like £2, but he's always a good guy because he's a role player for the Celtics anyway. But apart from that, I mean, if we're looking at other 15-point guys, Doug McDermott, he'll be like £3 for you, so he's not a big outlay. He'll always be a good role player for the Spurs if he isn't being traded in the next 13 minutes.
Doug McDermott, what a name.
Doug McDermott for the Spurs. He's always in their second unit as sort of a big man for them. Darius Bazey's not a bad one. AJ Griffin's a good one. He's a rookie card as well. I don't know how much he is still. He's £7. So there's some good little options you've got, and all of these guys here. Matisse Thybulle's 11, but he's just been traded, so I wouldn't pick him up. Shaden Sharp, he's a rookie at the Blazers. How much is a Shaden Sharp now? £10. That's a good one. So you've got there's loads of pieces that you can definitely go for here that won't set you back massive amounts. And to be honest, if you pick up a Doug McDermott for £3, how much is he actually? £3.34 is his floor price. If you pick up a Doug McDermott, he'll never go mental. He'll never ever get look 36 is his best score in the last. Stupid, I'm not even showing this one. 36 is his best score in the last however many games, but he's got a really, really consistent floor. So you can definitely go for someone like that. Yeah. And then if you end up getting he'll always play every game unless he's injured. He'll always come on for minutes. He's not a concern in that regard. But if you pick someone like that up and then immediately put them in Contender and you win that tier 4 back, you've already paid for himself, something like that. And that's how I think you can play limited Contender in that regard. You've got players like Buddy Hield who can definitely go off for those 50-60 point nights, especially if the Pacers have some players out. But yeah, I mean, I would probably say in your position, considering you focus more on the football side, you don't want to spend major money on the NBA cards. I say Doug McDermott's not a bad little pickup. Or for a bit more of a conservative one, I'd go Grant Williams or Trendon Watford. So, but yeah,
not financial advice, by the way, people. If you are watching
none of this is financial advice. It's all in the description of the disclaimer.
Save you from getting
always
sued
do your own.
there.
Yeah, do your own research, everyone. Always do your own research. In any case, let's. I'm going to quickly drive. So I'll go through my football stuff first, as you did prior. So if we went through for the past. So, like we said before, my Prem Pro team and Semi Pro team, they just fell short on both of them. I had Nick Pope for both in the Newcastle stack.
A little bit though. Luke Shaw and Bruno there.
The Luke Shaw Bruno one was fine. The Arsenal one let you down against Sean Dyche's Barmy Army in terms of the new manager bounce. I think the Newcastle one, I bought the Fabian Schär. I think he's dipped quite a bit since I've bought him, but all of the limited cards have. And then, he's starting to tick back up again. He dipped like £30 and now he's rising back to
people are reactionary. People react far too much. Like one game, they draw, and everyone's like starts crying.
That's what I mean. Newcastle have got pretty much. I think it is statistically the best defense in the league this season. So I'm not really worried about that. I'll just play them for pretty much fixture-proof games and see what they can do for me. The one that I've already sold Calvert-Lewin because he had that injury doubt prior anyway, so I'm kind of glad I got rid of that. And then Heung-min Son was the big money pickup that I did pick up. So, but again, I'll hold him for ages.
What made you buy him?
If he gets one decisive, it was more of that. I think it was I was trying to get auctions in, I had the ETH in my wallet burning a hole, saw an auction for him, and I was like, if I put the bid in here, it's like £8 less than what they normally go for, so we'll go for it, and then end up winning it. So. In any case, I'm fine to hold them. I'll play them again. My issue and why I thought I'd invite you on to the channel, Sam, is some Premier League ball knowledge for Sorare. If I go for my Premier League Pro 270 for this week, now as I mentioned, I just sold Calvert-Lewin already, which means my stack will be my Newcastle. Douglas Luiz is playing Man City, so there's a chance that he gets like 30 anyway. Son's got Leicester, which I think is quite a nice little fixture. Yeah. That leaves me with an L10 hit of 44. So I need, it can be anyone to buy someone. It can be anyone.
I've got
I was looking at I was looking at like Brendan Johnson's of the world. I was looking at Fred. I think I can get in as well. I'm not quite sure. There's a few others, but it was more of that. I thought I'd try and seek your wisdom. Take your
Fred's
time.
going to play, isn't he? Fred's going to play.
Fred's going to play.
Right, so you want 44 as the last 15.
Do you want to drive so the people can see what
Yeah, go on then. Let me share my screen again. Let me
screen.
show what I'm doing. So, Sorare data. I'm sure you guys know about this. If you don't, the most useful tool. Advanced search. I have a premium one, so I can search a lot of different factors. We don't want a goalkeeper, obviously. I wouldn't say a forward is a good idea unless there's an obvious matchup there. Score average last 15, 44. We probably want him to have started. So it's hard because of the World Cup. There's a big gap there. So let's play 70%. And the last 5 games, let's say you started 75%. That gives him that 1 or 2 games able to be missed out. Who appears? Watch it just not load anybody. I haven't even done the Prem. Let's do the Premier League. That would be good. Let's go for the Prem. And let's start by floor ascending, cheapest first, and see what it says. 22 people here. Harry Sutar, no. Adam Smith, no.
He's not even got a card yet.
No. ONAC, Jeffrey Stupp, Jordan Ayew. Jefferson Lerma's a possibility, but I don't think he would get any high. He's not a high scorer. His 85 was against Coventry City. Like, we're talking ages ago. He got a decent 62 versus Brighton, the 1-0 loss, but I'm not sure he's what you want, because with a low average, you probably want someone that will get a decisive or has a chance to. Buendia could be a possibility. Now, I haven't researched these players. They might not even play. We're just going off pure scores. There's going to be someone here. See, I like Romero. I actually fully like Romero. He's a walking
yellow card, though.
He's not for this game week. Not for this game week. He is suspended. But if you look at his scores, right, past this week, ignore the World Cup. Before the World Cup, he was incredible. I remember people talking about him being like an amazing, amazing defender in the Prem. His scores are a joke. And if Spurs do pick up some form, this is before Spurs, I'm pretty sure. If they pick up some form, I think he'll actually be a really good card to get. A really good player.
Romero's like floor price sitting at?
0.014. 0.01, yeah, 14. Mason Mount's probably a bit too much. I don't think Mason Mount is all that for Sorare. I think he's heavily dependent on getting a decisive, which he...
See, Mason Mount is the type of player where I thought for AAs he'd have been.
That's what I would have thought as well, originally. I would have thought that. He is far from that. Ooh. Nelson Semedo. Have you got Sarr in your lineup or not?
No, I've got Nick Pope. I have Jose Sarr as my backup goalkeeper that I'm sure I've got.
Semedo could be decent. You are obviously playing Southampton away from home. There's not you're not blessed with a massive amount of people here, are you?
No, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky
one.
Wait,
go back onto your screen. Go back onto your lineup.
I'll go back onto mine. New tab. Switch this across. So we'll throw mine up.
What if you were to go?
Tomato there. So I'll come in. So I have a Luke Shaw, but the Luke Shaw was currently in my. So if I go back to my
your semi-pro.
So Luke Shaw was the guy I had in here, but yeah, Jose Sarr is my backup goalkeeper. But that's what I had for my semi-pro team. So I could as easily I could switch out Luke Shaw, play him in the other one, which then frees me up a little bit. But
what you could do is put Fabian Schär in there and have the stack with Nick Pope.
Play Schär in this one.
Yeah, you could have a stack with Nick Pope, so you've got a defensive stack there. And then on the Premier League Pro, put Jose Sarr in goal. And now you have freed up 66 points to kind of get anyone you want.
Ah, got ya. Okay, I could do that instead. So if it was going off of 66, then what's your
budget? Because 66 is a huge amount. You can get a lot of players.
Do you know what? Throw your top 3 at me. I'll throw you, but I'll let you drive again.
Okay.
Throw your top 3 at me, and then we can see in terms of this.
So the most expensive sort of players you can get down here, Thiago Silva is a brilliant card. Like,
He's
Thiago Silva
38
is
though.
Brilliant, but he's 38.
In terms of utilities, he's got what, 2 more seasons at max in him?
Yeah.
Is that never a
Højbjerg is a
concern?
brilliant card as well. Like, his AA is incredible. His scores are just a joke. I don't think many people notice this. I don't know if you can see my.
Oh yeah,
my
Højbjerg
screen
is a
not.
big scorer.
Yeah, for some reason you haven't. Okay, I'm on new tab. That's why. But he is an absolute joke of a scorer. Is Pierre? Like his score is a joke. I don't think you want to go more expensive than Højbjerg.
Yeah, Højbjerg's kicking around the sort of the £90 mark at the moment.
Yeah, what are you saying for money? How much are you talking ETH wise? What would you go for?
We could go for around a £50 mark player, is what I'd say.
So you're saying, okay, let's sort by cards, floor price. You want 50 quid.
Yeah.
We want to get rid of all the terrible players. So let's go 15 minimum floor.
Let's see what it spits out.
Who have you got here? Tarkovsky's a good shout, but playing Liverpool away from home.
I did see Nathan Collins before, actually. Nathan Collins seems to be a decent scorer, and then that also means I could stack him with Jose Sarr.
Lucas Paquetá could be an absolute brilliant purchase. I think you want to look at some of the matchups here. Like Ruben Neves could be decent. It's quite hard. There's so much choice of similar people. You don't want to go too expensive either.
Would you recommend in terms of the stacks? Is it always a better idea to try and do that? So, like, if I'm playing a Jose Sarr, would it make sense to pick a
higher
Wolves guy or not?
Like, it's higher upside. Right. You've got to hope that. Say you got a Newcastle defender and a Wolves defender, the chances of them getting 2 clean sheets on the same day are so much lower, obviously mathematically, than 2 Wolves players getting clean sheets on the same day, because that will happen. So I don't think it matters if you were to get Neves and Jose Sarr. That stack doesn't really matter unless Jose Sarr assists Ruben Neves, which isn't going to happen. Nathan Collins is more of a one you want to stack, but he only got 8% last played, so I don't know why he missed that game. Might be worth looking
He missed the Liverpool game, I remember that. I don't know why.
Injury or just dropped?
I think it is injury. I'd be quite surprised if Nathan Collins was dropped. He's been quite a mainstay for Wolves.
You've got a lot of choice. And you're talking the last 15s aren't even that high for some of them. Like, you have a lot of room to maybe change a common or whatever in there if you wanted to.
The thing is, I did pick up a Matthias Nunez for Wolves on auction.
Right.
And then I got a little bit wobbled when I saw some of the moves being made. And then also I bought in, I bought in 2 defenders to play. And as the extra midfielder, I wasn't going to play him, so I sold him to then go and pick up the Min-Son to afford it. Mm-hmm. But I quite like the Ruben Neves pick, actually, for 50.
Yeah.
Because even though that then, I feel like I'm leaving 16 points on the table and not filling it out.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter necessarily, because 15 games in the Premier, it's a long time ago. You're talking the start of the season. Like, people's form can change so much that I wouldn't actually base it too much on the last 15. Because, especially when more knowledgeable with the Prem, if like Jarrod Bowen, he had an awful start to the season, but he's doing really well recently. You wouldn't not pick him if they had a favourable game, because his average is a bit lower and you've got space to put someone in for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's a Spurs player you could. I mean, Højbjerg is probably too expensive.
Is Bentancur on the list?
Bentancur is not on the list. I'm not sure what his
his
price is, or if his average is too high, or what. I don't know.
His average is 60. Yeah.
Go back onto your squad. Let me see what players you've got that we can possibly stack.
So we'll go back onto this quickly. Upcoming. So we'll go back on to 270 Pro.
Yeah.
So we
Jose Sarr for me is a bad choice. Don't moan at me if Newcastle get a clean sheet and.
No, do you know what? I think I'm going to be putting. I think Wolves will beat Southampton. Southampton have been terrible recently as well.
Yeah. So you've got the extra.
So I mean, I need that one extra slot. So I could try and. I mean, I thought about like a Sabitzer or a Fred, but in the Leeds game, I'm just not.
Fred's not a bad shout because
he just doesn't score well. I don't think.
He'll play, right? He'll play.
He will play. Yeah. He was also terrible against Leeds the other night. Is the other thing with that?
See him. There we go. Yeah, he's such a hard one to judge because when he starts, he's all over the place still a little bit. He's not a great scorer.
No, he's not a great scorer indeed.
I think it's down to how much he spends.
Yeah, I think I'll have a look at it. I mean, I looked at Granit Xhaka as well. He was another one. But I could go and... Højbjerg is a bit too much for what I'd want to drop in terms of on a limited side of things anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll probably look at the moment, it'll be a toss-up between... Yeah, Tim Ream got that 100 pointer, didn't he? He had that...
He's 35 as well.
Yeah, he had 2 goal line clearances, I think, or 2 last man tackles or something like that. But I think it's a toss-up at the moment between if I go for like a Xhaka, a Nathan Collins, or Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves more tempting for the Wolves stack because I also think.
Do you take set pieces for him?
Ruben Neves, majority of the time, yeah. Like he'll have their free kicks. I think he's on their penalties as well, but it can be. Right. It can be decisive. It can toss up with Wolves because if Jimenez is on the pitch, I'd always suspect he'll take them. But
he has decent upside.
But yeah, I'll probably try and look for a Ruben Neves. It's quite a shame really that there isn't functionality quite yet to do cross trade trades on Sorare, like to do NBA and football stuff. I know why they haven't done it, and it would also probably be quite complex. But for the time being, it would have been quite handy for this week. But in any case, I'll run you through quickly my current lineups for the NBA side of things. We'll switch this back to the global stuff. Do you know what? I'll put a link in the description down below if you do want to join the Swingman Sorare. At the minute, I just have it for a few of the friends that we have that locally play Sorare, but I'll drop it down below. The more you guys that get involved, the better as well. But on the global side, if this won't last as a tier 3, unfortunately, like I mentioned before, the prize pool for this kicks out at 150. There's, I think, 4 games tonight. I've only got 1 guy in Markel Fultz. Let me just double check. Is it 4 games tonight? 4 games tonight. I've got Markel Fultz, but the Nets are playing, the Suns are playing, the Bucks, the Lakers, and the Bulls are playing. Markel Fultz has already outdone his L10 by 12, I want to say. So I'm 37 there, L10 at 25, yeah. He's not dropping any more than 37 against the Nuggets, especially. So this will stay as is. I'll definitely fall into a tier 4, potentially a tier 5, depending on how mad the scores are. This probably will stay the same. Vucevic is not going to beat 75. Bol should be beating 10. He should get more minutes because I do believe Mo Bamba's just been traded to the Lakers, and Franz Wagner is not going to improve against the Nuggets. In any case, so if I get a tier 4, it might help for these lineups. I've done my rare champion already because I do this at the start of every time of them. I've got no L10 space left, and I'm pretty happy with this team as is. Jaylen Brown would be starting. He's like my £300 MVP Donny that I have, apart from Anthony Edwards. But we'll run with Edwards. Jaren Jackson Jr. is decent. Gary Trent Jr., Andrew Nemhard, and RJ Barrett. All have got 2 games apart from Edwards, but I'm not really fussed about him having 1. Do I think this will win a big reward? Probably not. Gary Trent Jr. can easily be traded or have been traded by the time I'm filming this. In terms of no cap rare, my gallery just isn't there. This is the thing, like, I know your gallery is like as small as is. To play no cap, you need to have an outrageously large gallery. Yeah. And I know they're doing it because there's obviously a lot of people in the NBA space. In comparison to the football side of things, the football, there's like 25 competitions a week that you could theoretically enter. Normally there's 2 for limited, for rare, and for super rare. So it's good that they're doing these different ones. And Underdog was more relevant to people because if you won quote unquote crappy tier 5 cards, you could throw them in there, and if they get bumped in minutes and rotations that week, you might actually win something. Whereas rare no cap, you need to be sort of a whale to be able to play that game mode. But rare contender, I need to pick up a few guys. Caleb Martin he'll play. Jeremy Sohan if he's back from his back injury. Kevin Knox is now saying he's at the Warriors. I think he's been moved again as we've spoken. He got moved to the Warriors 20 minutes ago, and I think he's been moved to, I can't even see it on my Twitter. I think he's been moved over to the Blazers. I'm not sure though. But in any case, we'll go for Wiggins. We'll also probably play Jaden Ivey, and that looks. So I'm even outside of that. So I need to go and pick someone up for rare contender. In any case, let me know actually in the comments down below who you think I should be picking up for in and around the L10 mark. If there's anyone you've got in your lineups that you think has been sort of not scouted correctly. For my limited contender, so we can compare the 2 here, Sam.
Yeah, very similar.
I've got Doug McDermott. See, look, big Doug McDermott.
Oh, wow.
I practice what I preach. I threw him into my lineup. He's got 2 games, and the 2 games are actually really nice for them. Pistons and the Hawks. The Pistons will be against the Spurs, and the Pistons game will be who wants to lose more. So they'll be playing second units more because of the way in which it works. They want to tank. They want to come lower to get better draft picks. Sam.
I just realised
the Hawks game.
If I get a reward, I could put him in my lineup if he's
exactly.
Oh, will there be enough time?
What was you? Yeah. The rewards normally come out like 5 hours before the lock. They do quite a good job on that in terms of Sorare on the NBA side.
Add some in.
If you're getting a tier 4, you probably will be getting someone in and around sort of the L15 mark anyway, or you'll get someone that's got like a 22 that no longer plays, and then they're stuck in that, and that's why.
Yeah.
But in any case, my contender one, Gabe Vincent has been the starting point guard now for the Heat for a couple of games, with Kyle Lowry being out. 2 games against the Rockets and the Magic, who have both gone through major surgery currently right now in the deadline. An L10 of 16 is far too low for him. I know he got these 2 50-point games a couple of weeks back. He's never doing that again consistently in any case. In and around high teens, low 20s is where Gabe Vincent's at, though. So in and around the high teens, low 20s is where Gabe Vincent's at. So an L10 of 16 is great for him. Bradley Beal, 1 game, but 30 is too low for him. When he's on form, he can be a 40 to 50-point Sorare player. Doug McDermott, like I mentioned earlier. I think Trey Jones might be coming back from injury. If he's not, I'll probably swap him out for Drew Eubanks or Vanderbilt. Now he's at the Lakers. And then Jonas Valanciunas rounds up my limited contender lineup. And then finally, then the big dogs, the limited champion lineup. Joel Embiid is questionable for the Knicks, but this is what he's been all season long. He'll be a game time decision, and then he'll randomly turn up for that sort of last. He'll be a game time decision, and then he'll be available to play. He won't play both, probably. He'll probably want to play the game against the Knicks because it's the Knicks. But in any case, he can dominate both of these 2 guys here. The Nets game's probably where he's going to want to play because of the Ben Simmons thing. And even then, I'll be backing him to get over 55 in any case. Ja Morant, 2 games, 48, easy pick for me. Jalen Duren, 29 is too low on his L10. I think he dropped to 37 with the Cavs the other night. Spurs and the Raptors. If the Raptors have traded any of their big guys, it's a plus. But Jacob Poeltl has just left from the Spurs, so he'll play that. I'll bang in the Dylan Brooks drum yet again for another week. This L10 is too low. He will have a game where he gets 30 to 40 once, and I want to be on it. And then Kyle Anderson rounds this up at 24. But if I'm going to change anyone out of this lineup, it will be him. And I'll either play my Drew Eubanks or Vanderbilt, or look to shop someone for an L10 of 24. And then finally, the common champion lineup. And we haven't run through your common champion lineup because this is the one that everyone's going to play.
Fair.
I'll run through mine first.
I'll get mine done while you run through yours.
Go for it. So this is the common champion lineup, as we do every single week here on this channel. If I do win a limited reward in this, I will be giving it away to one of you guys. So make sure that you put your Sorare handle in the description, in the comments actually down below. And then if I do win, I'll be picking one of you at random. Now, to build this for me, Dame Lillard at 57, he's been on absolutely unbelievable form recently, but I'm not going to throw him in. Jason Tatum is an absolute must this week. Jaylen Brown is out now until All-Star break at the minimum. That means Jason Tatum usage is going to absolutely fly up. 53, even if he's your L10 MVP, even if he's your MVP, this L10 is too low. He'll be getting one of these games easy in the 60 mark, especially with Jaylen Brown out. Luka Doncic at an L10 of 52 is also too low. I don't know why it's made me do that. L10 of 52, he's got 2 games against the Kings. He'll play one of these with Kyrie in the game. He can easily put up these 60, 70 mark scores. So I think these 2 guys are sort of mainstays for me in Common Champion this week. That leaves me with 22 left. So we'll scroll on down to the bargain bucket area. Grant Williams, like I've mentioned before, he's also a great pick. 15 this week. No Jaylen Brown. His usage rate's going to bump. He might be a starter as well for these 2 games. One of them's against the Hornets. He's an easy pick for me. That leaves me with 26 left. Benedict Matherin's on the 26. Maxi's too high on the 28 at the moment. We'll scroll back down towards the bargain bucket area where we can potentially pick up Day'Ron Sharp's at 10. Matisse Thybulle probably won't play from being traded. Do you know what? I might even throw Doug McDermott in on this.
Big Doug, stick him in. Put Big Doug in.
I will. That leaves me 40. That means I can go and get another big dog. At 40, I can get a Drew Holiday, but I can also get I can get a Jimmy Butler. Yeah, Jimmy Butler's going to go in for me. 2 games. Rockets and the Magic. I'm liking that. I've liked him in the lineup since Gary Vincent's come in, so I will lock it in there. I'll double check that there's no one at 16. It was a bit more. I've got Trey Lyles, but I don't think he's more into. I don't think he's more appetizing than a Doug McDermott, than a Big Doug. So we'll leave that there. And then actually, let's throw you one. Let's see what you've done.
In. This is what I've gone for.
All right. Okay. There's already one thing in there, but we'll go.
Go
we'll
on.
skip
Tell
over
me now. We'll
so
mine on.
Russ Westbrook has been traded to the Jazz, and he'll get bought out.
Don't care about him. Get him out.
So I'd cut him out, because even though he won't, someone's going to buy him out, and he will end up on another team. But I think he has to wait at least 48 hours. So there'll be a doubt if he can play across these games. So I'd get
Kevin Huerter quickly. Who got put in?
Kevin Huerter's not a bad one, actually. But also, Jacob Poeltl's been traded as well. And I think Jordan Clarkson is in trade rumours. I haven't seen these because, as we said, we're recording this as the trade deadline's going on.
What about trying to get Precious in there?
Precious Achua. You could do. 30-10. 32 is really high for him. Let me have a quick look to see if Gary Trent's been traded. If he's not been traded, then I'd throw Gary Trent Jr. in.
Where on earth is he?
He was right next to Precious.
Oh, he's above him. Right.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's been traded, actually.
So -1. Kevin Huerter might have to go. Emmanuel Quickly might have to go in.
Emmanuel Quickly's not bad, actually. Emmanuel Quickly's been really good for the Knicks recently.
This team could work.
Yeah, I mean, Clay's a really solid option on the basis of that Steph's out, so his usage rate. He had a monster score the other week.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you thought.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's fine, actually.
Right, we're going to win it. Done. Happy with that.
Always do throw your common contender in as well, because that's what you need to boost your.
Let's go.
Lineups. Oh, you have a Kyrie Irving. I'd put a Kyrie Irving in a common champion. I didn't even know that.
Okay, but surely you've got to get rid of loads of people then, right?
What's his L10?
Or over Giannis?
No, I'd swap him for Giannis. I'd put him as your MVP.
Okay.
Just swap him for Giannis. I'd have
Stick him in there. Right, common contender. Let's go.
Go bargain shopping first. Go to your low ones first.
Okay, the main boys. Any names that stand out? I'm going to scroll.
Jericho Sims, you can definitely throw in.
Yeah.
Scroll down. Oh. Keep going. There might be someone there. And there isn't someone there. You could actually, you know what? Gamble. Throw Hernan Gomez in.
Oh, Juancho, the movie star. Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah. Right. So that gives you 30 for 3 guys. So you can work with that definitely. So
Jacob.
you had a Dwight Powell, I noticed. You had a Dwight Powell. Scroll down. He was at 20.
Where is he?
I don't. Okay. Actually, you've got Caleb Martin. Play Caleb Martin over him.
Oh, over him.
Get rid of Dwight Powell. No one wants to see a Dwight Powell in a lineup. Right,
35
35
average. Could go for
throw De'Aaron Fox in and see what that does. He's an L10 of 42.
Fox. We've got 28. Got a couple of 2 games.
I'd throw in Poeltl. I know there is a chance because he's just been traded to the Raptors, but he'll probably play against Detroit. So
okay, stick it.
That's the reason.
That's the worst pitch ever. We've won. I'm not giving away my rewards when I win. Sorry, guys. Just want to say that. But Swingman podcast are. So look at their lineups more than mine.
But yeah, I mean, so that'll be me. I need to put a rare contender lineup together. I will be trying to trade some guys because I want to just free up a few spots where I've got players now which are not going in. But as we said before, for common champion, make sure you leave your Sorare handle in the comments down below. If we do win in this lineup, which I have done before, we will be giving it away to one of you
Not
guys.
me.
No, not Sam. Sam will not be getting it, is the only thing that will go from it. As Sam mentioned before, if you do want to follow anything in terms of the football side on Sorare, make sure you're following him. Drop him a subscribe on his channel. And also, if you like Football Manager, he does quite a lot of that stuff as well. So
I do.
As that's it. I don't think there's anything else. Have you got anything you wanted to sort of...
No, I just thought I'd say that our videos get very long whenever we're together. I see your channel and you never get 40-minute videos. I turn up and it becomes an absolute... So I hope you enjoyed it.
I don't think
this late.
Yeah, it'll probably be cut down a little bit, but
tweet the Swingman podcast saying that you want a discount code for the merch they're definitely going to drop. I don't know, something cool.
No,
Just so we know
there's
if you're
no,
watching it
there's
this
no
late.
merch plans for it.
Or maybe ask for some merch.
I think,
if you're this late, tweet Swingman pod going, where's the hat with George's face on it?
If you're this late, leave, what word should they leave in the comments as well, if you're this late?
Big Doug. Just comment Big Doug.
Big Doug. Just comment Big Doug.
Yeah.
Comment Big Doug. But yeah, this it shouldn't be a 40-minute video, but we'll see what my editing skills does for that. But yeah, that's that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
See ya.